Varda Sharma, editor Newsband, daily English newspaper of Navi Mumbai. Today we have with us a very special guest who has made India proud by winning not one but two Grammys award. The second one he just won just recently in April 2022 for his album The Divine Tides. He's also US Billboard #1 artist, an environmentalist, and UNESCO MGIEP's Global Ambassador for Kindness and well-known, internationally renowned Indian music composer. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce and welcome Mr. Ricky Cage. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sir, first of all, wish you heartiest congratulations for winning the second Grammys Award.
Thank you so much. Very kind of you.
Sir, the first award you won in 2015 for The Winds of Sansar, and now the second one for The Divine Tides. How does it feel to win such a coveted award for the second time?
Now, of course, it felt absolutely amazing because the Grammys always felt like an unattainable dream while growing up. That, sitting down in India and making music, it felt absolutely impossible to actually win something like that. One could not even think about it. But then, I won the Grammy Award in 2015, which was a very surreal experience in itself. And this time winning it for the second time was even more special because I won it with my childhood idol, that is Stewart Copeland. So it felt really good to actually accept the Grammy trophy along with this amazing legend, Stewart Copeland, on stage.
Yes, sir. And sir, this win has been in the New Age album category. Can you please tell us what this category all about?
So I can describe the New Age category based on people who have won in the past. People who have won in the past are great artists like Peter Gabriel, Vangelis, and and Enya. So these are the artists who have won it in the past, who are multi-platinum recording artists who have sold millions of albums and who have mesmerized people with their music. And of course, it feels very good to be within that company while receiving this particular award in the Best New Age category. But the Best New Age category is all about music that is for a purpose. That is music which is either for peace, or it's for meditation, or it's for it's for making this world a better place. It's for the environment. So it's all for music that is created with a purpose.
Sir, as you mentioned that you shared this win with the rock legend Stewart Copeland, whom we all know is the famous drummer of the band The Police. Can you please tell us more about your collaboration with him?
So I had the opportunity to collaborate with Stewart Copeland on a single song in 2016. And that was a really good experience, but I never actually got to speak with Stewart Copeland directly because the entire collaboration happened through artist managers and through middle persons. So I never got to speak to him. It was literally me sending the music and then him sending the drum tracks back. But and in addition to that, I've been wanting to make a follow-up to my album, my Grammy-winning album in 2015 for many years. But I've never had a chance to actually, sit down in a very concentrated manner and work on the album because of my relentless traveling and touring schedule. Like, for example, in 2019, the year before the pandemic, I did about 70 concerts in 13 countries. So it's just continuous traveling and traveling. So the pandemic hit in 2020, and it presented itself as an opportunity for me to actually sit down in the studio and indoors, because we were forced to be indoors, to actually create some new music. So I created the bits and pieces of music that would go on to becoming the Divine Tides album. And I sent this to Stewart, and and I hoped that he would collaborate with me on this album. And his answer was yes. So after that, we worked together for about a year on the album, and the album came out. It was really successful. And after that, we ended up winning a whole lot of awards from all over the world. And we also got nominated for the Grammy Award. And when we got nominated for the Grammy Award, we hadn't even met each other in person because it was a pandemic album. And so it was really cool to actually meet him for the first time just 7 days before the Grammy Awards function. I met him at his concert in Nashville, and after the concert, we met and we hugged for the first time. So it was a really good experience to meet my idol for the first time. And then, of course, 7 days later, actually win the trophy with him.
The famous Salim-Sulaiman have also sung I Am Change in the Divine Tides. Can you please share your experiences working with them?
So working with Salim-Sulaiman has been amazing. We met each other during the pandemic and during the beginning of 2020. And then, we liked each other's work. And of course, I've been a childhood fan of Salim-Sulaiman. Everybody is, like with the kind of music that they've been creating and the kind of super hit songs that they've been creating across their career. So I've learned so much from just listening to Salim-Sulaiman's music. So it is great to actually, meet them and to do about 3 to 4 collaborations with them. And, and that ended up with us doing the song for Divine Tides. And, it's a beautiful song that Salim and I co-composed. Salim-Sulaiman and I co-composed. And, and IP Singh, a friend of mine in Mumbai, he actually wrote the lyrics. So, and it's one of Stewart's favorite songs on the album. So it was very, very amazing to collaborate with these legends, Salim and Sulaiman.
Sir, Winds of Samsara was inspired by the bond shared between Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. So what inspired you to do the Divine Tides?
So Divine Tides was all about coexistence, the album, because, and that's what I said in my Grammy acceptance speech, that at the end of the day, if you look at the word coexistence, the only thing that comes to our mind is basically living in peace between Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Jews, Buddhists, basically different parts of the human species. Because somewhere along our journey of being humans, we've completely forgotten that we're not the only species on this planet. We're just one among millions and millions of species on this planet. And true coexistence, according to any ancient culture anywhere in the world, has always meant living in absolute peace and absolute harmony with all life, not just humans, but also the forests, the wildlife, the animals, and also the elements of nature, that is the water we drink, the air we breathe, the land we walk on. So that's what this album is all about. It's all about coexistence with everything and everybody and every living species. And this coexistence is really important for our own survival as the human species, because only if we maintain this delicate balance of ecosystems and of nature, only then we can survive.
As you said, for you, music is all about environmental consciousness. So how do you wish to spread its awareness on environment through music? And why do you feel that music has the potential to bring about behavioral change?
So when it comes to behavioral change, it's all about bringing about incremental changes within our own lives. And that's the only way we can make this world a better place. And the issue is that the reason why we do not bring about behavioral change is just one reason. It's not because we're evil people. It's simply because, that we haven't empowered ourselves to believe that the small incremental changes that we can bring within our own lives can actually make a difference. Because we think about that, okay, if I do not use single-use plastics, then what difference will it make? If I do reduce my consumption of fossil fuels, what difference is it going to make? If I consume too much, then what difference is it going to make? So I feel that the systems around us has failed us to empower everybody to believe that, that all that we need to do is, instead of changing the world, all that we need to do is just change ourselves a little bit, and bring about behavioral change. So we can make 1,000 speeches to people and it won't be effective. We can showcase a ton of scientific data and analytics to people. It'll probably not make a difference. But what is required is for artists to actually interpret, and especially musicians, to interpret all of the scientific data and to interpret these analytics and these speeches and these complex ideas and thoughts into the simple language and emotional language of music, so that you touch the hearts and souls of people. And that is what will actually bring about change. Because when you speak to somebody emotionally, that is what will inspire them to bring about change, rather than shaming them into action. So inspiring people into action is what is required.
Except for 3 Kannada movies, you have not composed music in any of the films. Why so?
So I've never been interested in the movie industry because I always wanted to make my music about social causes and about the environment and about things that I feel strongly about personally, rather than what a director tells me to do, or what a filmmaker is briefing me to do. That is something that I would prefer not doing. I would prefer to make music as an extension of my own personality and my own beliefs. So the 3 Kannada movies that I did them with a very close friend of mine, that is Ramesh Arvind, who is a very popular director and actor in the Kannada film industry. He's sort of considered to be the Amir Khan of the Kannada film industry. And so I wanted to try it out. And also, since I live in Karnataka, I wanted to do something within the Kannada language. So I did these 3 films. But then, even though I continue to doing work within the Kannada language right now as an independent musician, I decided that I did not want to be part of the movie industry unless there is a movie which is made which has got a social cause at the very theme of its movie. So I'm definitely open to doing movies as long as there is social impact and there is a very important cause which is associated with the movie and at the heart of the movie. Then I would love to do a movie. But otherwise, I'm definitely not interested in making commercial cinema and anything to do with an item song or something like that. That's something that I'm definitely not interested to do.
Sir, so what are your new future plans? What are we going to hear now next?
So right now I'm continuing to promote Divine Tides because what happens is that most people, when an album comes out, they already know what they want to do next. And once they start working on a new project, the previous album immediately, dies. So I do not want that to happen. So I feel that there's a lot of life left in Divine Tides, and I want to continue promoting it, continue performing all over the world, the music from this album. So I'm going to continue doing that, and and then see how it goes.
So what message would you like to give to the budding musicians?
So I would say that to musicians, especially in India, that do not seek validation from the film industries. Because I believe that, that you don't wait for somebody to ask you to make music. Don't wait for somebody to pay you to make music. Just make music from the heart. Make music about things that you feel strongly about. There are so many things in India that we need to celebrate, especially being Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, that is 75 years of Indian independence. There's so much in India that you can celebrate. There's so many issues in India that you can talk about through your music. And I'm sure there are so many issues and so many things you want to celebrate that you feel strongly about. So it's very important to write music about things that come from the heart, write music about things that you feel strongly about, rather than waiting for somebody to tell you to make music. So just keep making music that you feel strongly about, and I'm pretty sure you'll be successful.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time. And the viewers, please stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.